Good morning. Good morning. I wish you a Merry Christmas. I wish you a Merry Christmas. Wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I did promise I would go live, but of course I've been working since last night. I'm going to leave the camera where it is because I'm going to be moving around. My God, it's almost 9 o'clock. I have guests coming at noon, and I know some will be here a little earlier. So today, yesterday I made a biscotti. So this is biscotti. So I did record a video of me making the batter and all that. So I'll post that later. But I will put that away. Okay, that's a good place for it. And then, good morning, buenos dias, feliz Navidad. On the menu today is brunch, so I had to have some breakfast item. So, my God, yesterday, I've been working since last night. Okay, so for breakfast stuff, I'm going to be making 3 quiches, frittatas, and 1 quiche Lorraine, so which is what I'm going to be doing now after I sweeten the saril. Okay, this is the one with the Jamaican flower hibiscus. You boil water, you crush some ginger, you put some cinnamon sticks, and then a few cloves. When I did it Sunday, I had some star anise. You can put some star anise. You let it boil. Then you get the flour. I did a short to show you how you take the pit out. It's a labor of love. And then you take the pit out, you leave the flour, you rinse it really well in case there are critters. And then with the boiling water, you put the flour in there. You let it boil for maybe 5 minutes, then you cover it. And I did do it last night, so it had a good time to steep. So this morning, all I did was strain it in here. So what I'm going to do now is I had bought some cane sugar. So I'm going to put a little bit of that. I don't want it too sweet. And we're going to put that in the fridge, and then I'll start on the frittata. I don't have a strong knife, so I'm going to try this. I've never used that. There is something in the stores called raspadura, which is pure cane sugar. All right. This one, well, I don't know. People think it's better than white sugar, but I say it's still sugar, right? But I do have brown sugar I can use. Ooh. See, I don't have anything hard. Oh, it cut in half. So okay. So I'm gonna put one of these in, let it melt, let it dissolve, and see how sweet it is, and then I'll doctor it later. I'd rather it have less sugar than too much, right? So how are you guys doing? You guys, what is your Christmas like? You tuned in, so I'm very appreciative now, okay? Oh my gosh. And then I did the meatballs. I think I recorded another video about seasoning the meatballs. So I will show you. So this morning I already got up and cooked the meatballs. I'm going to put them in the oven to make sure they're cooked. And then I made a sauce. Good morning. Hola. All right, let me preserve the rest of that cane sugar. Put it in foil. I can't play music for y'all because I don't want the YouTube police to get me. Okay? So I made a sauce for the meatballs. I had some marinara, I had some tomatoes, peppers, and a habanero pepper. So I'm gonna put the meatballs in there on low heat, make sure they cook, and then maybe by 11, I'll pour that over it and put it in there again so that it's not hard, right? All right. In the meantime, I cooked some bacon. I found bacon. Oh my God, I was so excited. It was a bit pricey, but oh well. You know, when you're cooking bacon and you don't want them to wrinkle up, you put them in there and then you put something on top of it. Like one of these, so it keeps the bacon straight. I don't know, I just don't like them all wrinkled up. And that's how they taught me, okay? So we are going to put our bacon here. I think this one is not crispy enough. I need it to be crispier. Whew. So I'm gonna pop the bacon back in the oven, just to crisp it up a little bit. Okay? All right. So now what I want to do, I want to shred some potatoes for my frittata. A frittata is different from a quiche. A quiche has a crust. The frittata doesn't. And usually when I'm making frittatas, I would use a little bit of shredded potatoes. You know, like when you make hash brown. We used to make a lot of hash brown at the restaurant, and I would, so not heavy, very light. I also found some weird breakfast sausages and some Canadian bacon. And then I'm gonna put them in the oven when I'm close to the time. I don't know, I feel like my time is tight this morning. Okay, so for my breakfast, again, we're gonna have a vegetable quiche, frittata. And last night, I cooked some veggies, my mise en place. I have peppers, spinach, and onion, so I can use those as I'm going, okay? They were not overcooked. So what are you guys doing for Christmas? Let's see, just two. And the same pan that I use for my meatballs, I'm gonna use and crisp the potatoes a little bit. Now remember, for a frittata, it doesn't have to be totally cooked because it's gonna go back in the oven, but I will make sure the potatoes are cooked because, you know, frittata is just the veggies or whatever. I'm doing a ham and cheese. I'm doing a vegetable. I thought of making a tomato basil, but we'll see if I have time. So we're gonna have the quiche, and the quiche Lorraine is the one that's gonna be the most exciting. Ooh, I feel warm. Turn the other AC on. All right. Then I have the meatballs. I do have some chicken wings that I seasoned last night. Chicken wing takes no time. And I also made a sauce for the chicken wings. This is like an orange glaze, orange barbecue glaze. And then when I get them out of the oven, I'll just toss them in there. Okay? Alrighty, let me shred these potatoes and then That's gonna be the bottom of my frittata. I was gonna do ham and cheese too. Ham and cheese is, the thing is with the frittata, once you have your, the bottom, then inside you decide what you're gonna do. If you're gonna do ham and cheese, and yesterday I shredded some cheese. I was lucky enough, I was looking for the Quiche Lorraine. What is the cheese again that you're supposed to use? Oh my gosh, my mind is going blank. What is the cheese, Maggie? Gruyere. That French cheese, Gruyere. But, of course I couldn't find Gruyere cheese. But I found another one. So I Googled, what is a substitute for Gruyere? It says Swiss, and they had a couple of other French names. And I was able to find one of them. I think I recorded it. Très merci or petit merci or something like that. So I shredded that cheese. So the cheese is shredded. And then I had the mozzarella, and then I bought some cheddar. Okay? So I think that's perfect. That's gonna give me about 3 frittata base. Okay? I have plenty of basil, so I should do a tomato basil. I'm gonna turn the other AC on, you guys. It is too hot for this hot mama. All right, so that should be good. All right, took the bacon out. Let it cool off for a little bit. So now we are going to, this is my pan that I use to cook the meatballs. So I'm going to put my shredded potatoes in here. I was going to make a side of hash brown, but yesterday I was scrolling through some recipes, and then I found a recipe for potato cakes with kale, and I had found some kale at Panama. So I cooked the kale last night. So we're going to boil some potatoes, and then we're going to make like a little boat, and we're going to put some kale in there, and then put some cheese, and then close it and make it like a salmon patty and cook it. Instead of mashed potatoes or I was going to do herb potatoes, roasted potatoes, but I think the little potato cakes gonna be a lot better, kind of sexier, I think. I don't ever like to do the same thing. You know, if I go to a party and it's macaroni and cheese, potato salad, the same thing, fried chicken, I get bored. All right, so the glare of the window. Okay. Oops, sorry. All right. And with this potato, just a little salt and pepper. That's all you need, because it's taking the flavor from the bottom of this pan already. Right? All right. Potato basil, tomato basil. All right, I'm gonna cover. I shouldn't be talking. I should just let you guys watch me. All right, so these are my frittata pans. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna prepare the frittatas and then I'm gonna cover them. I'm not gonna cook them till about maybe 10:30 because I don't want them to be cold by the time my guests arrive. And I'm gonna move this to the back because this you already seen. It's just gonna be cooking. So I'm gonna move it to the back so I can prepare the filling. All right, if we're gonna do a ham and cheese, I'm gonna cook a little bit of ham. Cheese. Now, when you're making a quiche or a frittata that's gonna have eggs, you're gonna have to do the egg mixture, egg with a little bit of cream or milk. You season it, and then the star is nutmeg. You wanna make sure you add nutmeg. Nutmeg ready, and some red pepper flakes. We have plenty of ham. Ouch. Of course, it looks a little different. I did find the slap your mama. I went back to Reba Smith and found it. Now, remember that this, you have ham, so it's already got salt. So we have to be careful not to put too much salt in this. But the key to your frittata is cream. Ooh. All right. Okay. And of course, the cream here does not look like the cream at home. Okay? So I'm going to put a few red pepper flakes. Not a lot. And the star, nutmeg. Not a lot because nutmeg is really strong. So even when you're making an omelet, if you're not lactose intolerant, just put a drop of milk, and it's gonna make a world of difference. Cooking my potatoes. Make sure they're cooked and not raw. And bacon. Okay, so this is ready for this one frittata. I'm going to take the ham and I'm going to put it in the fridge for a little bit because I don't want, when I put the eggs, for it to start cooking, okay? So the next frittata I'm going to make is just a veggie one. And I've already cooked my veggies and they've already been pre-seasoned. So, remember I already did my mise en place, so that's what I do. I can take a little bit of each. That's plenty for one frittata. I'm not going to cook the spinach again because I don't want it to lose its color. Okay. Get the cheese out. So I grated my cheese last night, mozzarella and cheddar. All right, my potatoes are done. So dividing the bottom into three for three different frittatas. Okay. So you're just trying to create a little bit of a crust, so it's not just the egg. And also, I'm going to pop this in the freezer for a little bit. I don't want my egg to start cooking. So I'm putting the ham and let the whole thing. Oh, that's a lot of ham. In the freezer for a second. This is the next one. For the veggie frittata. All right. The next one is tomato basil. So a little bit of oil. I also find that I had some leeks left over, so I'm going to have to use that. So yeah, it's going to be the quiches, the quiche Lorraine, meatballs, chicken wings, green salad, the potato cakes, rice with gandules. Oh my God. Okay. Whew. I don't know why I do these things to myself. My menu always gets too long. Let's see if I can find a little piece that I can put in here really quick. Really thin, so it will cook fast. I guess you could call this another veggie, except it's mostly tomatoes. And ham and cheese. We have our batter. Okay. Then we're going to put our cheese, mozzarella, and cheddar. This is one of those dishes you don't want to overwhelm it with too much cheese, but you have to have enough. Okay, so this one is ready. I'm just going to cover it with foil and pop it in the fridge. Okay, where is the foil? Okay, and the veggie, let's make the batter. You know, it's like when you're making an omelet, you always try to use 3 eggs, but these are jumbo eggs, they're huge. So you could use 1. I had a little bit of leftover milk, I'm gonna put it in. All right. Softening nicely. I think I should take peppers. Sauce your mama. This one can use a little paprika because it's got color. And I'm going to put a little bit of oregano in this one. This is cilantro. This is basil, albahaca. That's how they say basil in Spanish. And oregano. Oops, I meant to put it in here. Okay. This burner is so hot. Alright, so this is good. Now the basil, we usually put that on top. Okay, I'm gonna have it ready. Don't want to do too much, but it is tomato and basil, so you have to put a little bit. Okay. All right, veggie batter. Red pepper flakes. Un poquitito. You know, when you're speaking Spanish and you hear tito, that means it's really small. Small is pequeño. Poquitito, pequeñito is really small, tiny. So cream, eggs, pepper. I think I put some of that. Now let's do the muscad. Okay. Cheese. Okay, the meatballs are in the oven. Yeah, 10:30 we're gonna do the chicken wings. Then I have to do a green salad, which is just lettuce. I have some multicolored tomatoes, like cherry tomatoes, and then some pepino, cucumbers. I have some radishes, but I don't know if I'll have time to peel the radishes, so they may not make it in the salad. Guys, the biscotti came out really good. Usually, that's what I gift my friends, but this brunch is taking on a life of its own, so I'm gonna chicken out. I did only one. And we have so much. All kind of dessert people are bringing. Cheesecake, pound cake. Oh my God, I have some cookies. I was supposed to take them out. Oh goodness. This lady here, this expat lady, she makes frozen cookie dough, and you can buy them frozen by the dozen. They're like $17 or $19 a dozen, but let me tell you, these things are so good, they are deadly. You can just call, she's on WhatsApp, you order, and then I don't make good cookies, so I like to get hers and pop them in the oven, you know, kind of watch them, because usually when I make mine, they just overcook and they burn. But of course it's all sugar and butter, so I ordered from her one time and I said, "Ooh, sis, I love you, but I can't order anymore." All right. Next frittata goes in. Make sure you don't put them on top of each other because we don't want to crush something. Okay. Last one. Clean the floors. Whew. And then after this bunch, I'm gonna go on a fast. I'm not gonna cook for days. All right, put the tomatoes and the leek. It turned out really well. So we're gonna wash these, let them soak. I am a clean as you go kind of cook. How about you? What kind of cook are you? Do you leave like a big, my sink wouldn't hold all my stuff anyway. All right, in the freezer it goes to cool off while we prepare the batter. All right. Then we're gonna make the batter. We're gonna make the pie shell for the quiche Lorraine, and for that I'm gonna need some ice cold water. So I'm gonna put it in the freezer for now. Oh, I can pop some ice cubes in it. Can do that too. Maggie. You can make ice water. What is your problem? Three. Pepper flakes, adobo, yeah, we could do a little paprika here. Slap your mama. I don't know why I feel this one needs a little bit of salt. I remember I was in school, I was putting some salt like this, and the chef is like, "No, that's not how you do it. You got to put it in your hand and you got to do this." I'm like, oh my God, please. Just relax, won't you? So you see, frittatas don't take that long. And you know, you could do, if you do it without potato, the bottom, you could do that. But if you do any kind of pie shell, it's a quiche, it's not a frittata. But these are easy if you have company to just pop something. And when you serve it hot, it's really nice. It looks really good. Then you need one of those pie cutters. I got to show you my pie cutter. The pie cutter I found here. So funny. So let's put the basil. Yeah, you have to put the basil last, okay? Alrighty, cheese. Yeah. The rice is the last thing I'm going to cook. I think that when I did the beans last time, it wasn't bad. And I was using the rice integral. Oh my God, that's why it took so long to cook. So I went and got some jasmine rice. Yeah, I don't have time to fool around with it. All right. So 3 frittatas done. And they're going to be in the oven for like 10-15 minutes. You know, just for the eggs to bubble up and cook. And that's it. All right. Vámonos. Not gonna need the nutmeg anymore. Oh yes, I will for the quiche Lorraine. Oh yes. Now quiche Lorraine is, as you can imagine, is a French recipe. I used to cook that a lot in my cafe, and people loved it. But it is a rich type of recipe, like everything French seems to be rich. But believe it or not, they're not fat. So go figure. All right, so I got my cookies out. I forgot to take them out. So I'm gonna leave them over there. Hopefully I will remember to put them in the oven later on. These will go in last. In the meantime, I'm going to boil my potatoes that I'm going to use for the potato cakes. Salt. washing some dishes, if you need to step away from the dishwasher. No idea what the buzzing is. You will get the oh, hold on. I was gonna get the chicken wings ready, but that's okay. All right, so I'm thinking I have 2 potatoes. I need more than that for the potato cakes. All right. We're gonna do these 4. Oh, maybe I can check the sari and see how it is, if that thing had dissolved in it. And what? I need to put it in the fridge. Ooh. I think it needs that other piece. The other piece of that sugar cane, and it might still need a little bit of brown sugar. That's good. My peeler is finally kicking the bucket. I need to get another peeler. So how cold is it where you guys are? I don't know my username. Hold on, let me go. What? We love story unfolds. The dry season is here in Panama. It is very warm. And I was in the street this week in the middle of the day, and I'm like, you need to get back with the program, girl. You don't need to be out there when it's so hot. Get dehydrated. And as an older person, anything can happen to you when you're dehydrated. So stop it. Whew, another year. We don't know what 2025 is gonna bring. It's really nice in California. Oh, that's nice. I have a friend who went back to California for the holidays, but I don't think she watches my live, so. And today's special. So we're gonna boil that and then do a quick crust. Well, when I mix everything, the crust is gonna need to stay in the fridge for like 15 minutes before I roll it out. Ray and Jessica are getting married. No way. Am I gonna be a maid of honor or the matron of honor? Oh my God, that is awesome. I think they had a couple met here at a relocation tour also. I know they were engaged and they got married. That is so awesome. I love it. Aww. That's great. Shows you, you should never say that love, you're never going to find love. You just never know. I told you guys there were some guys when I used to be on the dating app. That was right after I got divorced. I'm off all of those now, but I'm like, nope, I'm good. We don't need to go that route again. But these guys were something else, I tell you. I was like, whew, okay, let me hurry up and get out of there. So, but yeah, you just never know when love is gonna come knocking. That's so nice. I love it. All right. So I don't want to put them too small because I need time to finish. Whew, it's 10 o'clock. Oh my God. Now I know some people are gonna be here early. I still have to do the salad. Actually, I'm doing okay. All right, let's cover this. So this is my dish that I'm going to use for the Quiche Lorraine. So I'm going to use here, but I got to be sure I don't use anything sharp. That's going to mess up this lady's marble top. All right. So I think I need about, how much flour I need. need to get one of those metal bowl, but I'm so reluctant to buy stuff. No eggs in here. Is there an egg in this batter? Let's see. I don't remember because I don't have my recipes, my recipe book. Pie crust. Now I have the butter, got salt and water. Cold water. I don't believe it's got egg. Yeah, no eggs. Flour, fat, water, that's it. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and use around 3 cups of flour, maybe 2.5. Yep, that's enough. Now the recipe calls for like a cup of butter. I'll put a little salt. And then you can always put like a little hint of sugar. And this recipe for the pie shell, you can use it for sweet or savory. So it's like when you're making biscuits, you want the butter to be kind of cold. Mine's been sitting out here for a little bit, so it might be a tad soft, but that's okay. Because I like to add a little bit of Crisco in mine. Let me tell you, it was so hard to find Crisco. I think I told you guys. You have to buy the big old, like a quart. And I'm like, who's gonna use that much? And I don't have my fancy little thing where you you break the butter into the pie. So I have a little bit of, this is the Panama brand Grisol. So I like to put a little bit of that in mine. It makes a pie crust flakier. All right. So we're going to break the fat into, you know, it's like when you're making biscuits, right? Same principle. You want to see a little marbling. So I'll put a little salt in there. We put a little bit of sugar. Yep. We got what we need. And then now we're going to slowly introduce the ice cold water, because the key for this pie shell is not to make it too soft, right? So it needs to be crumbly. And then as soon as you can roll it into a ball, you're gonna wrap it and put it in the fridge for a few minutes and then take it out. Now see, I have 2 tablespoons of water in there. And look, it's already forming, so I don't think I'm gonna need any more water. Wow. So if you were to pour, you probably would end up with a wet dough. You don't want that. See? 2 tablespoons. That was it. So we're gonna roll it. Not roll it, we're gonna put it into a ball and then put it in the fridge. I don't know, it's just too hard in it, I guess. Yep. 2 tablespoons of agua. It's making noise. All right, in the fridge it goes. Now the Quiche Lorraine uses caramelized onions and I don't look at that. That's not much water. I don't need it. And bacon, and then an egg mixture. So with the egg mixture, we're gonna need a lot more eggs. We're gonna use 6 eggs. I don't need to do the mixture yet because 15 minutes for the dough. I'm gonna work on the chicken wings in the meantime. So we have our chicken wings. That have been marinating. And first of all, the meatballs need to come out. Ooh, that's a lot of meatballs. hope nobody's calling me because I cannot answer the phone right now. Look at the meatballs. Okay, I'm warming up the sauce to pour it on there, foil it, and put it to the side. In the meantime, chicken wings. All right, you can put the chicken. So again, it was onion, garlic, the usual suspect to my marinade. And then I cut the wings in, you know, from the drumstick, you know, to the other little part. I don't know what they call that. Because I realized I didn't have a lot. So for like 11, 12 people, maybe if everybody takes a couple, that should be enough. And again, we know that chicken wings don't take too long to cook. So I'm gonna cook it uncovered. Put it in. All right. And here is my sauce. Like I told you, I had some marinara, and then I added some orange juice and made it like orange juice is in the one for the chicken wings. This one had marinara, tomatoes, peppers. So my marinara had some spinach in it, and I kept trying to take them out because spinach doesn't belong here. So I'm taking them out. Okay, so that is ready. I made these meatballs another time and they really like them. You know, so I marinated the meatballs yesterday. It was about, I don't know, 3. So I said, okay, towards the end of the day, I'm going to take a little piece and try it to see if the flavors are on point, which is what I did. And when I tasted it, it was like, you need more acid, need more this, need more that. And then I doctored it up and then tried another little piece, and it was perfecto. So you have to taste your food. I have no idea what this popping is. All right, so we're gonna cover that back and put it away somewhere. And then when my guests arrive at about noon, if it needs to be, if it needs to be warmed up, then we can do that. And I'm gonna have to find some time to go take a shower. That's gonna be interesting. Okay. All right. So we did the wings. Let's get this board I use for fruit, so I don't want to put other stuff on it. You know how when you have like a knife that you use onion or something, and then you go cut a piece of fruit, and you're like, oh, it tastes like garlic. No, I don't want that, so I'm going to use some parchment paper to We're gonna get the bacon ready for the quiche. And then we'll also go into caramelize. I have some onions, but it's not caramelized enough for the quiche. You see how pretty the bacon is? I love that. I want it to be straight and crispy. All right, this should be enough, and we can save this three. Somebody else wants it. So with the quiche Lorraine, once you do the pie shell, then you pre-bake it for a little bit, because again, when you put the egg mixture, it's not gonna take long to cook, so you need to pre-cook your shell, so it doesn't come out raw. All right, so we have our bacon. People used to eat this thing, and I'm like, ooh, I'm sorry. Don't eat it too often, because that is loaded with fat. It is so good. So if you have it on Christmas Day, you don't have to go to confession. Okay. All right. Let's cook the onions. Now, because it's the quiche, I'm going to use butter to, and again, I found my New Zealand butter. You know, a pound of Kerrygold here was $12. Dear Lord. This was $8. So I'm like, okay, let's do the New Zealand. All right. I believe this should be enough for the quiche. recipe. The only, because it's French, we don't put a bunch of spices in, okay? It's like salt, pepper, butter, and that's it. The French are not into all kinds of, you know, sometimes when you're cooking meat and stuff, they'll use some herbs. But this one does not need herbs. Let's see, let's put a little salt. So I made a dressing. There's somebody bringing a salad, a fruit salad. So I thought I recorded this. This is a dressing for a fruit salad. It's plain yogurt, could be Greek yogurt, orange juice, brown sugar, cinnamon, nutmeg, and orange zest. And then you just pour it over your fruit salad. Yeah. So you could use that next time you have a party and then you have to bring your fruit. It tastes much better with a little bit of je ne sais quoi. Now guys, I'm going to do the quiche and then I'm gonna have to break to go take a shower before somebody shows up and I'm in my tank top here. So I can record the rice. I think I've cooked the rice with you guys before. So it's gonna be a green salad. I told you what's in it. Rice with grandules, which is like a black peas and rice with coconut milk. Very easy. And then the dessert, I'm just baking the cookies. I'm not making any dessert except for the biscotti. The biscotti is being cut, and all we need to do is just pop them in little bags. This is something I do on, you know, when I'm at home for people. It's got almond and cranberry and raisin with a cup of coffee or tea. Wow. Amazing. Okay. Alrighty, let's do this. I think the potatoes might be done. Oh, you might want to see me make that those potato cakes too. Oh yeah. They are ready. I will take the potatoes out. All right, gonna let the potatoes cool. All right, onion looks amazing, smells so good with the butter, yum yum. Turn it down. Let's see, what can we do right now? This is done. And I'm going to need the other French cheese out for the quiche. also got what we call a rosca here, which is like a round twisted bread. It's got almond in it, which is something very Panamanian. Every holiday they have this bread. But you should have seen how many of those things were in the stores. Everybody was grabbing one. Everybody, okay? If you don't have rosca on your table, it's not Christmas, right? And I think I posted about the fruit. Apparently fruit is something that you have to have on the table. So, oh my goodness, I forgot about the French toast. Whew. Dear Jesus. Okay, but French toast is easy. I have the bread, just gotta make the batter and cook it. Well, let's taste this. The sarili. This thing's still in undissolved. A little bit. Okay. Let's see. It's good for me. I don't think people should want it to be sweeter. Of course, if you're Panamanian, you want it a little sweeter. They tend to have a sweet tooth. So I'm putting a little bit of brown sugar. No mucho. Un poquito. And if they want, they can add more sugar to it. But I am not putting any more sugar because I have a friend who's diabetic and she can't have too much of that. Okay. Okie dokie. Maybe I can try to roll this dough out. It might be a little early, but the thing is, I need to be dressed in case somebody comes and I'm not quite ready. We can just sit and chat. All right. So let's see how this is always the most challenging part. Mudiwa. Okay, how much is it? When you're trying to roll and I don't have a great rolling pin. Remember, I'm still trying to not be like I was at home. So you're trying to get the dough into like a circle. Sometimes it's not perfect, but as long as you can pick it up and put it there, then you should be okay. Uh-oh. I knew she was gonna call. Sorry guys, I gotta answer it. Sorry guys. Sorry guys. She's offering to help, which is so sweet of her. Now see, we're getting there. Now the trick is gonna be, because I don't have a big pan, how I'm gonna lift it up to put it there. That is always the challenge. But it came out okay. I can see the marbling, which is what you want. Where you see the butter and the Crisco. Because that's what I want. I just want to put the dough, the shell in the pan, in the pie shell, and pre-cook it, right? And like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect, as long as it tastes good. Because once it cooks and you let it rest a little bit, then all you have to do is slice it. And I'm gonna slice it really small just because of how rich it is. This quiche, yeah. I haven't even told the security downstairs how many people to expect, because I have to send their name, they have to show ID, which is what I talked about in my last video about the safety. You know, you want to be in a place like that people can't just show up at your apartment, that you have to know that they're coming. And that I remember at home too, if somebody were to come to the gate and they say, I'm here to see Maggie, and they try to call me and I don't answer, because if I don't pre-register somebody, they're not going to let them in. So, and if they do, you can report them for. All right, so let's see what we can do with this crumbly pie shell. We are going to have to do the best we can with it and then fix it. All right. I think I preserved the counter. Oh, we gotta do the batter too. Yeah. All right. So, whew, that pie shell is a mess. I know when I see them roll them on that beautiful pan, when you're watching a video and you're like, oh, I wish mine would come out like that. But it doesn't always come out like that. I've had it come out good when I do it at home. First of all, the Crisco is not the same. I don't have my pan. So, but you know, we know how to fix things. Yep, we can make it work. Okay, going on the edges. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, it is still warm here. whenever the oven is on, the good thing about this pan, I had a beautiful glass pie shell that just, the quiche came out perfect every time. And I remember when I had to give it away, oh, it hurt me. But that's what you do. If I can just get them up a little bit like this, it's gonna come out with a nice shape, because you already have the indentation on the side of this pan. I made like an apple crumb cake in this thing. Was it an apple crumb cake? The apple crumb cake, you used the bump pan. No, that wasn't an apple crumb cake. It was apple crumble. Yeah, it was okay. So we have to bake this first, and then when it comes out, then fill it. We're gonna put onion, bacon, cheese, egg mixture, and then a little bit more bacon, and then more cheese. That's how we're gonna do it. But this is a weird pan, but that's what I have. Forget the aesthetics. We're just working with unusual equipment here. Okay, so I'm gonna let it bake. It's gonna look so pretty. Even though you guys are not gonna be with me when it comes out though, when everything is done, I will come live before everybody touches anything, so you could see what the table. I do like a buffet style around my kitchen, which is like, it's not an island per se, but it's got nice, okay? Here we go. So we're gonna bake this. Maybe 10 minutes. Take a shower and then come back. All right, guys. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Do you think residency will be difficult now that 47 is saying, you know what? We don't know. But we always know that not everything that is said is done, right? And the government here is aligned with 47 pretty much. So I'm pretty sure they'll come up with some kind of a compromise. But as you know, what is said in public is not always what happens behind the scene. So I can't speculate, and I don't know. I really don't know. We're just gonna have to wait and see and pray. All right? All right, happy birthday, Jesus. Thank you, guys. I'm gonna run in, I'm gonna put this in the oven, and then once I'm dressed, maybe I'll come back live. If any of you are still on, you could see, but I just need to, look presentable before my guests arrive. All right, Merry Christmas. I love you guys. Thank you for hanging with me, and I will see you next week, okay? Mwah. Bye.